welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing some knotless box braids. I haven't had braids, I believe, since around November, so it's about time for them to come back now. I believe I'm just going to do all black today. However, I do have some spare hair in different colors, so if I'm feeling a bit, I might just throw in a few other colors in there. I am very experimental with my hair. I've done grey, red, purple, black, blonde. I'm not sure what other colors I've done, but when it comes to braids, I am very experimental. So if there's a color that you think I should try, then just let me know. I'm not for the bright colors like yellows, greens and stuff like that, but I'm willing to take your advice. So we're just going to jump straight into the video. I'm going to go off camera and part my hair, that way it's easier for me to manage, to work through, especially because I'm filming. Usually when I'm doing my hair, I have two mirrors, one in front and one behind, that way obviously I can see that I'm parting my hair straight. So I'm going to do that off camera and then I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. Okay guys, so I finished sectioning my hair. Whilst I was doing that, I did use a leave-in conditioner just to help me moisturize my hair a little bit so I wasn't combing through dry sections of hair. Before I do put my hair in the braids, I will be using my my shea butter mix that I made the other day. It also has essential oils just to add more moisture to my hair, so whilst it's in braids it's not drying out. Okay, so I think every black girl has a bag of hair or a basket or whatever it is that you have of hair that you just either you don't use or it's just leftover hair basically. So I have a box, and in that box I have a bag that's basically full of 1B hair. That's the color that I use when I'm using black hair. So first I'm going to start by picking the hair so the ends of my hair won't be blunt, and I'll show you how I do that as well. For those who do not know, there's two different brands of hair that I have with me. So I've got Expressions and then Impressions. I think Expressions hair is a lot more coarse and a lot more dry, wet. Impressions is a lot softer on the hair. However, I do have more packets of Expressions, so that's what I'll be using today, and if I do run out then I'll use a bit of the Expressions as well. For those who don't know, if you don't want to go through the process of having to pick the hair yourself, they do already sell pre-stretched hair in the hair shop, which I think is a complete lifesaver. It saves you so much time. In the bag I do have some hair that's already picked, so it looks like this basically. So the ends won't be blunt, they'll have a point to it. So to stretch the hair, you basically hold the ends in one hand and use the other hand to basically pull at each section. The reason that you do small sections is so that you don't have parts of the hair where there's just blunt ends. You want it to be quite pointy, that way when you plait to the end of the hair it's got a point to it and it's not blunt. When the hair is blunt, it will be a lot easier for the braids to come out basically. So this kind of helps to seal the ends. And then you have this great knot here basically. So what you then do is you put the hair on your lap and you basically just brush from the other end, it's my Jamaican accent there, from the other end of the hair and work your way up towards here basically. But make sure you have a tight grip at the top of the hair, because if you don't then it will just slip and majority of the hair will just waste. This is basically a workout in itself because your hands will be so tired after. The only thing with this is that you have to be prepared for all the hair that's gonna just literally get everywhere. So after you finish doing this, it's just gonna be a big cleanup process basically. And then now I'm just holding it in the middle, and what I've done is twisted it around my finger to help me hold a grip onto the hair as well. So now I'm just brushing the other end out. Once you've brushed through the hair and there's no more tangles in it, then the hair is ready to be used. I think this needs a little bit more brushing. Oh my God. So then I basically move from the section where I'd wrapped my finger around, because I haven't combed out that section as yet. So then I'm going to twist my finger on another section and brush through the other section. This is the hair now, guys. As you can see, it has a point to the end of the hair. I have some stretched hair already and some that is not stretched, so I'm just going to go ahead and stretch the rest of those, so once I start doing my hair I don't have to stop and go back to stretching the hair. This is definitely quite time consuming as well, guys, so I would suggest if you are doing your own hair or you are getting your hair braided by someone else, it's easier just to get the pre-stretched hair. It saves you a lot of time and it also saves you a lot of hair. For me, I believe that the hair that's not pre-stretched, once you're stretching it yourself, you lose quite a bit of hair out of it. So if you already have the hair that's pre-stretched, you don't need to be stretching it yourself and then having knots. And make sure you also brush the back and the front, guys, because you need the whole hair to be detangled. That way when you're plaiting, using the hair to plait, you don't have knots where you have to stop and sort them out. There we go. And we are ready to use that. What I'm going to do first is use my shea butter mix to moisturize each section of my hair, well, the section that I'm working on now. So from the root to the end. I did wash and blow dry my hair yesterday as well, and I did oil my scalp, but very lightly. So once I've finished my braids, I will be oiling my scalp. Firstly, I separate a section of the extension hair which I'll be using. It usually matches the amount of my natural hair that's going to be in that plait, so kind of like that. And then I make that into smaller sections basically. So we have, I need to brush this out a little bit more, see? I've basically separated it in 3 sections. The further down you feed the hair, the longer the braid will be. I don't want my hair to be that long, so I'll probably stop feeding in the hair probably about here, because it is quite long as it is. So for the lower half of my hair, I do it like this, but once I get a bit higher, I do put my hand behind my head. You basically see what I mean. Once I get higher, it will be a lot more awkward for me to plait my hair like this. So that's the first plait, and then we add in the first bit of extension hair. You have to hold a tight grip as well, guys. You don't want your hair to be loose, but also don't pull it too much where you won't be able to sleep at night basically. So then we add in the next bit of extension hair. And then you can plait for a little bit. And then I'm about to add in my next bit. And then the last section. I do tend to flip the hair round and plait inwards. So I say this way is inwards, and then plait in the other direction. I feel like the braids will be a lot looser, so I tend to plait inwards basically. Here we go, guys. The first plait completed. And as you can see, it's quite movable. Whereas box braids, it will still be a bit stiff. So it's a lot easier on the roots. There's not a lot of tugging. It's not as tight. After you finish doing your hair, when you do knotless braids, you can put your hair up, whereas box braids you have to leave it a few more days to loosen up. So once knotless braids came out for me, that was it. There was no more going back to box braids. I did part the back of my hair a bit big, but I'm not taking it out now. So So guys, another thing, when you're working your way down the hair and then you have thinner sections, you can take a little bit of hair from one section and add it to another section to even out the hair. I'm just going to speed up the rest of the video, and I hope you like the final product. So guys, I've literally just finished doing my hair. It's quite late. I did start pretty late, to be honest, because I was just lazy to start in the beginning. I'm about to hot water my hair, so I will show you what it looks like tomorrow because it's quite dark at the moment. But this is the amount of hair that's basically wasted. I could have saved it, but I was in a rush, so I could have detangled some of it, but I was in a rush to finish because I have to be up early in the morning. But yeah, future reference, buy pre-stretched hair, save you time, and it also save you money because this is a waste.
1 week later.
It's been over a week since I did my braids. However, I've gotten really busy, so I didn't have time to finish filming because I started doing my braids late, so I finished quite late as well. But today I'm just going to be finishing off the video. What I did add some beads to my hair to kind of jazz them up a bit. Now I'm literally going to mist my hair and moisturize it a bit. I've literally just oiled my scalp, so my hair is feeling super fresh. My scalp is moisturized, but my braids themselves are a little bit dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mist my hair with some water. Don't neglect your hair when they're in braids. You can still moisturize your hair. I do have this braid spray that I purchased a while ago. However, it's finished now. When I do use it, my hair feels moisturized, it feels refreshed. So I just need to purchase another one of these when I go to the hair shop that sells it. So I've missed my hair, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my shea butter mix that I made myself to moisturize my hair. I'm just going to mix that around a little bit. So I'm just going to rub it in my hand. And I'm going to put it all over my braids. My hair's in braids, guys. If you're using actual moisturizer on your hair and not a braid spray, you have to really make sure you work it through so it penetrates your hair and it's not just sitting on top. So basically you just have to remember, even though your hair is in braids, you still have to take care of your hair. And I do wash my hair whilst it's in braids. I might wash these maybe next week or the week after, depending on what my scalp feels like. So to finish off, I'm just going to be doing my edges. I use 3 products for my hair. So I use this molding gel wax, styling foam, gorilla snot. I'd use a combination because eco styler doesn't work for me at all. If you have those stubborn edges like I do and can't find anything that can possibly slick your hair, then maybe you could try this combination and see if it works for you. I would appreciate if you let me know. If it does, you can follow me on my Instagram, which is @ShemStyles, on Facebook, which is @ShemStyles. You could also let me know in the comment section. So, first I add the gorilla snot to the back of my wrist. Then what I like to do is the molding gel. I get that to take my baby hairs out. So I just brush those hairs out. I'm still trying to figure out edges because I've never found any products to lay my edges, so I haven't had a lot of practice, so don't judge me, guys. I'm still learning to do the whoopie sweep, as my friend says. So now we've got those out, I'm going to put the gorilla snot. Ooh, the only thing with this is just really gooey, so I'm going to add that like that as well, just brush them down. Then what I do is I squeeze the foam onto the brush, and then from there I just do my edges. Needed, I just add more of the molding gel. I would say the molding gel and the styling foam is the main combination. So once you've put it into place, and if you're not happy with it, the easiest thing to do is add some more styling foam, because then that loosens up the hair and then you can brush it into place. Soon I'll learn how to do all of the squiggly stuff, but for now I just stick to the basics. That is it. And now I'm going to be adding my edges scarf to set my edges. So next I'm going to just put my hair in a ponytail. So I recently went to the hair shop and I saw these hairbands. They're quite soft, so they will be good for your natural hair if you're putting your hair in a bun or whatever. So this is my braids, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Only thing with these is just makes so much noise, but I love them anyway. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.